Hey everybody, Sammy here at SFI Sports Cards, back with another video. Today is November 7th. Thank you for being here and joining me to look at some cards today. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad to have you and hope you consider sticking around. It's currently a little dark and windy outside, possible storm coming through, which I don't really mind. I don't mind the rain every once in a while. It actually snowed here in New York a couple days ago. Anybody out there get any snow yet? Let me know in the comments if you had any flakes come your way. It actually snowed here pretty good, but nothing that stuck around for more than an hour or so. But today, let's start off. Happy birthday to Kitty, the Hall of Famer, Jim Kaat. He was part of one of my favorite broadcasting duos ever. And that was him and Ken Singleton when they used to call Yankee games. Now, Kaat was so knowledgeable about pitching, and I actually brought some of that knowledge with me when I used to throw the old cowhide around. So yeah, I grew up listening to these guys. They came after, Rizzuto and Mercer, but very knowledgeable, both of them. And Singleton, he stopped calling games not too long ago, but yeah, they were a great duo, and enjoyed very much listening to them. Because, they would just talk baseball. There was nothing about exit velocities and, how hard people throw from the field, and, what a lot of broadcasting is all about now is just, they get fed information and they just give it to the listeners, which we just want to watch the game and just call the game. It's what I expect from when I listen to or watch a baseball game. But yeah, happy birthday to Jim Kaat today. But when I was thinking about content to put out there for today's video, I realized that I've got a lot of cards that have come in, going back 6-7 months that I have not shown on the channel. So I thought I'll show a couple that came in recently, still in the package. We got some here. I'll get these recent ones out of the way, give them some airtime. Not only can we look at cards, but another part of the hobby that we're all familiar with, and that is the packaging of said cards. So I got about 4 cards here, ready to be unleashed to the world. I've had these for a week or so, some of them probably even longer. But they've been marinating in their packages. I haven't really bought too many cards recently, so I'm pretty sure I know what's in here. Nothing that's too pricey, but that's not important. It's how you think and perceive about your cards, what they mean to you. That's the most important thing. At least my way of thinking, anyway. And I think we're going to cover 3 different sports, though. Got some variety in this video. Let's see what we got. First one we have from Chris in Wisconsin. Got this one just in the standard envelope, not covered with tape. So this will be easy just to rip open here. See what we got. And you all know that they will tend to stick the tape in the envelope, which is fine. At least it's not moving around. And it is protected by probably the receipt of the card. Usually you just gotta rip these things open, but you're all familiar with that. What we gotta go through to get to these cards here. Alright. First card. Now this one I have, just I wanted a better copy. That is the starting lineup. Talking Baseball, Rickey Henderson. This did come with, originally, the figurine, which I have. It's just packed away somewhere. So this one's in great shape, though. It's a lot better than the one I have. So 88 starting lineup, and there's the kind of generic back. But I like this because it's a different size. Like, big difference, which I like. I'm seeing different sizes than your usual standard size of a card. Now this is fit right in there. There's no real give on each side, so I want to take it out, but we'll just leave it be for now. But yeah, here's the starting lineup of Rickey. And this is his Yankee playing days, so he's got about a 5-year window where he's with the Yankees, so. And he played, forever, so. Just a little percentage of his time playing in the Bronx. Looks like he's in a good mood there. So that's a neat one. Pick up. Next, how about we go with mail from James in New Jersey. Now this one's got tape securely on there, which sometimes you gotta fight through these, but it looks like I've got a little avenue here. I can just rip it across here. Let's see what this one's all about. Try to get into this a little faster. Here we go. Now we have a little message from James. It says, open carefully. Of course, this is sealed up, so let's go with the old reliable. We're going to use the Ontario Rat today. And carefully try to open this on the edge. Hopefully it just needs one side. Okay. All right. So this one is a panel M&M. We got a Tony Gwynn and an Ozzie Smith. Now this came, I'm glad that it came this way. And it's not folded. As you can see, there's a perf. I don't know if it's right there in the middle. There's a combo card. Now it's got plastic on one side. I think the plastic on the Smith side is still, it's still in the packaging. So, it did pretty good job as far as packaging up this one, since it's can be foldable, but I'm glad that it is just a flat panel. So James did his best. Here we go. Thought this was a nice one. You know, Gwyn, you know, very much you know, icon in the collectability department. And I've been wanting to get more Ozzie Smith cards. I don't know how long I've been looking for that 79, since it is, you know, so hard to get centered up and looking good for, you know, depends on what your personal quality importance is, you know, so what you kind of want to get. But I've been searching for that card for a while, so it'll come to me sooner or later. But I thought this was neat, you know, 2 Hall of Famers, one of the best hitters, probably the best hitter in my generation growing up, and Ozzie Smith, if you ask me, arguably the best defensive player at any position in history, arguably. But I think his, you know, his name could be thrown out there to make that claim, if you ask me. Okay, so got a couple more here. This one is from T in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So this one, I'm pretty sure, which I'm pretty positive, is a Hall of Fame rookie card in the sport of hockey, and someone that I grew up with watching, and he actually played for my team for a good 5 years. That's the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we have this sealed up pretty good, but also easy to get into. Well, I say that, but here we go. I know this is the exciting part of the video, but sometimes we just got to do what we got to do here. And we have more tape to secure it on the inside, but we're getting there. Here we go. We have the 1981 rookie card, defenseman Larry Murphy. I loved watching this guy, you know, especially on my team. You know, he did play for, you know, came up with the Kings, 4th overall pick in the draft. I want to guess 1980, since this is the rookie card. But Hall of Famer, won 4 Stanley Cups, Pittsburgh and Detroit. Also played for Washington for a while, and stops. And I think Minnesota he also played. But a great player to have on the blue line. Now, when he was with Pittsburgh, he had some pretty good defensive players with him. Paul Coffey was one. You had the Samuelson boys, Shell and Ulf, also played with Pittsburgh during that time. Who else did they have on the defensive rotation? I know I'm missing some people, but yeah, he's such a good offensive player. Helped on that power play, and that Pittsburgh team was stacked with Hall of Famers. and he was one of them. But glad I could pick this one up. This one looks in great shape. Here we go. Let's take a better look at it. And if you look for these early 80s, late 70s hockey cards, they don't come much better than this. This one looks good. So there we go. Hall of Famer, Larry Murphy, rookie card. So pumped to get that one. And last, how about we go with this package here, which is from Michael in Houston, Texas. This shouldn't take too long to get into. Let's try this again. This one, we are going to go to the sport of boxing. So, I didn't plan this, but we got baseball, hockey, and boxing. Probably my 3 favorite sports right now. You know, football is, I don't know. I watch it, but my team is not that good. And there's just penalties and stoppage of play and replays all the time. I just get bored with watching it. NBA I don't really watch anymore. But here's a card from the early 90s. You know, it's not really sought after, but the, boxing cards are kind of limited to what we can find. But we have this card right here of Ray Mercer, who was an Olympic gold medalist in the heavyweight division, 1988 Seoul, Korea. Now, he did win the WBO heavyweight title 1991. Now, for being just an ordinary card release, this is pretty nice. Ring Lords. A shot at the back again. Now, probably his most famous fight was with Tommy Morrison, who you probably know starred in Rocky V. Morrison was a good fighter. I'm looking it up, 48-3, 42 knockouts. And he had one of the greatest left hooks in boxing history. But this fight between Mercer and Morrison, Mercer, he almost killed him in the ring. One of the most vicious knockouts you'll see in boxing. You can check it out on YouTube, but it is not for everyone to watch. But Mercer, he fought guys like Larry Holmes, Vander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Vladimir Klitschko. So he was near the top of the division for a good chunk of his career. He was 36-7, 26 knockouts. After his career, I think he fought in a MMA fight against a kickboxer. I think he knocked him out in like one punch. But that didn't last too long. But he was known for his iron jaw, resilience as a boxer. So, glad to have picked this one. This is pretty nice. So, you can read up on him if you like. So, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty nice variety here of baseball and hockey and boxing. So pretty cool not mail day, but mail weeks. So, but another thing I like about boxing too is you can take any fighter from today's era, match them up with someone 30 years ago, 50 years ago, 80 years ago, and it'll be a battle. You know, sure, like technique is better now, but you know, they don't fight nearly as often anymore. They're not as battle tested. I mean, you watch knockouts from the 1950s, and they're just vicious knockouts. So, yep, I am definitely a fan of watching boxing. Some of the decisions aren't the way they should go, but as far as the fights itself, you know, big fight feels, or you know, you don't get that feeling in other sports. So I enjoy watching it. So with that being said, that does it for today's video. Glad you stuck with me, and again, if you're new here, welcome. Baseball season's over. Well, it's never really over for us diehard fans, as we have the off season with signings and trades, managers switching teams. That happened a few times yesterday. Hockey, well into the season, and football, like I said. I don't watch the NBA, but college basketball is here, so excited to see how my Syracuse Orange do with this new regime. So excited about that. They had a game last night, and they won. They beat New Hampshire. But everyone, thanks again for checking out the video. Enjoy your week, and I'll be back soon. So take care, everybody. Be safe out there.